Have you ever felt like you have big dreams, but somehow you just don't have the energy to make them happen? You tell yourself, I'll do it tomorrow. But then tomorrow comes, and nothing changes. You want to write a book, get in shape, learn a new skill, or build something meaningful. But instead, you end up scrolling through your phone, watching videos, or doing anything except the thing you actually care about. So why does this happen? Well, it's probably not because you're lazy. At least, not in the way you think. Most of the time, it's because the goal feels too big. When something feels overwhelming, your brain naturally looks for an easier option. It chooses comfort over effort. And honestly, that's normal. But here's the good news: you can change it. Because laziness isn't your identity. It's a habit. And habits can be changed. Think about the times you felt stuck. Maybe you wanted to save money, but the idea of cutting back on everything felt impossible. Or maybe you wanted to get healthier, but thinking about exercising every single day sounded exhausting. It's not that you don't care. It's not that you don't want the result. It's that your brain is wired to avoid discomfort and seek immediate relief. But once you understand that, you can start working with your brain instead of against it. And it starts with 3 simple steps. Step 1. Make it smaller. Big goals can feel intimidating. So stop focusing on the entire journey. Focus on the smallest possible step. For example, if you want to write a book, don't think about writing 200 pages. Just write 1 sentence. That's it. 1 sentence. Because starting is often more important than doing a lot. Think about climbing a mountain. You don't magically appear at the top. You take 1 step, then another. And eventually, those small steps take you somewhere incredible. The same thing happens with your goals. Small wins create momentum. And momentum creates progress. Let's say you want to learn guitar. Don't try to master an entire song in a day. Just learn 1 chord. Tomorrow, learn another. Those tiny efforts may not seem impressive in the moment, but over time they add up to something huge. The goal isn't perfection. The goal is progress. Step 2. Create easy routines. A lot of people rely on motivation. The problem is that motivation comes and goes. Some days you'll feel inspired. Most days you won't. That's why routines matter so much. Routines remove the need to constantly make decisions. For example, if you want to exercise in the morning, put your workout shoes next to your bed the night before. Now when you wake up, the first step is already waiting for you. Simple changes like that make it easier to take action. Think of routines as training wheels. At first, they help carry you. Over time, they become automatic. So ask yourself, what's 1 small routine you could start today? Maybe it's writing a simple to-do list every morning. Maybe it's drinking a glass of water as soon as you wake up. It doesn't have to be complicated. Small routines create structure. And structure creates momentum. Step 3. Use the 2-minute rule. Here's something most people don't realize. The hardest part of almost anything is getting started. That's why the 2-minute rule works so well. Instead of telling yourself you'll work for an hour, tell yourself you'll do it for just 2 minutes. Only 2 minutes. Want to read? Read 1 page. Want to clean your room? Start with 1 corner. Want to work on a project? Open the file and spend 2 minutes on it. That's all. Because once you begin, continuing becomes much easier. It's like pushing a ball down a hill. The first push takes effort. But after that, momentum takes over. And here's a bonus tip. Reward yourself for starting. Not for finishing, for starting. Maybe you listen to your favorite song afterward. Maybe you take a short break. Maybe you simply acknowledge that you kept a promise to yourself. Those small rewards teach your brain to associate action with something positive, and that makes it easier to do it again tomorrow. Here's the truth: everyone starts small. Even the people you admire. Even the people who seem disciplined, successful, and productive. They struggle too. The difference is that they keep going. They don't wait until they feel ready. They start before they're ready. And that's what you need to do. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to begin. Think of your dreams like a fire. Right now, maybe it's just a tiny spark. Every small action you take adds a little more fuel. One step, one effort, one day at a time. Keep feeding that fire, and eventually it becomes something powerful. So let me ask you something. What's one small thing you can do today? Not tomorrow. Today. Remember, it's okay to fail. Everyone fails. What matters is getting back up and trying again. Failure isn't the opposite of success. It's part of the process. It's part of the journey. So be patient with yourself. Be kind to yourself. And keep moving forward. Let's keep it simple if you're ambitious but feel lazy. Remember these 3 things. Make your tasks smaller. Create simple routines. And start with just 2 minutes of effort. That's it. Don't wait for the perfect moment. It doesn't exist. Start where you are. Use what you have. And remember, you don't need to be perfect. You just need to be consistent. Small actions repeated over time can completely change your life. But it all begins with one decision. One action. One step. So, start today.